Not me trying to do an intro and that happens. Welcome to the vlog, you guys. It is Thursday and I'm going to take you through the next few days with me. And I don't really have a theme or plan of this vlog yet. I do believe that I will find it along the way. I'm going to hit the gym, so I actually have been on my period for what feels like the past 10 days because my luteal phase was so long and I've just been so bloated and just feeling yucky. It probably has something to do with the fact that I'm stressed and I have family stuff going on, but finally feel good enough to actually like get a good workout in today because things are just settling down. Earlier this week, I just feel like I was down for the count, not really doing much and really taking it easy on my workout. So I'm going to go to the gym. I plan to do like a little bit of legs and glutes, and then I want to also run because I just need to get a good like sweat in today. But it's cold outside in Nashville. The sun is out though, which is a plus. So gonna go work out, just get some work done today, but we will catch you at the gym and yeah, let's do it. I forgot to film it. As you can see, it's empty, but basically all I did was ground turkey, black beans, these tortilla chips, 2 salsas, cottage cheese. I'll insert a photo of the lunch that I had, and it was actually really good. And now I'm sipping on a LaCroix. I'm just gonna get some work done for the rest of the day. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I will catch you guys on the flip.
What's up, everybody? Surprise, it's me. I got Mr. Winston in the back. Where are you? There he is. Lauren is getting some work done, and I just came over. We're doing marriage counseling before getting married. And it's been a great process so far, but today was my day to meet with Brooke individually. So I just got done doing that. So therapy, and I'm gonna go play some ball with Winston because he's got way too much energy. Yeah, that's it. Come on, stinky boy. Hey. Sit. Stay. Baba, stay. But there's nothing more we'd rather do than play with this ball. All right, y'all, we're tapped out. We went for about 45 minutes. Good boy, Winston. On to the next.
All right, you guys, I just spent the past like 3 to 4 hours online shopping while Tyler took Winston to the dog park. I had to get some orders done just with all things wedding. I had to buy swimsuits for the bachelorette. I ordered so many different outfits from Revolve, and I'm gonna return like over 80% of them. I just had to try on a bunch to see what fits because my bachelorette's in Miami, so I need like going out outfits that are all white. I needed white bikinis. I needed a bunch of other stuff, but I want to see if I can show you guys some of this. Okay, I ordered this set from Etsy. It's like, I don't know if you can tell, but it says like Mrs. last name, and then it has your initials on the sides. It'll say like L and T, and then it'll say Mrs. Brashears. I thought this was really cute, so I wanted to wear this on my bachelorette and then also like the night of the wedding possibly. So I got that. These are all of the outfits I got. Oh wait, it's this one. All of these outfits. And yeah, so we're just gonna see what fits. I hate buying a bunch of things on Revolve because I mean it's literally like $1,900 worth of clothes and it like hurts my soul every time. But I know that I'll return them. But I'm like, geez, like I want to be able to try things on without having to pay that much money. But yeah, and then I also got some bikinis, but that's pretty much it. I also got a text from my wedding gown place that my dress is ready for pickup. So I'm actually gonna go pick up my dress tomorrow, and then I have to go take it to a new alterations place to like get it tweaked or whatever. So I need to make a phone call and do that. But whew, my head hurts, you guys. I feel like I've just been staring at a screen for way too long and I'm exhausted. I'm glad I got this out of the way because it was just something on my list that I like had to get done, but I was like putting it off because I've been busy with work and like online shopping makes me feel like I have zero brain cells because there's just so many options and you have to sift through everything. Ugh. Anyways, that took way longer than expected. I have been like doing work on the side too. I'm like, I'll online shop and then like go through DMs, online shop, and then plan my day for tomorrow, like just trying to get everything done. Crazy day. What's up, guys? Just got done with my workouts, showered, did hair and makeup, did some work, and then now I'm actually on the way to pick up my wedding dress. So gonna pick that up. It's all the way in Franklin. And then as soon as I get home, I plan to answer some questions that I asked on my Instagram. So I'm gonna go through those once I get home. But it's a Friday, so my spirits are high. I feel good today. My legs are so sore from my workout yesterday. I literally only did back squats and like hip thrusts, and that's it. And I'm like absolutely dead. So today was just incline walk, did like a tiny bit of core, and then I just got some work done. So pretty standard day so far. And I wish I could like show you guys my dress because I'm like obviously a huge purchase, but it's gonna have to be a surprise. Tune back in as soon as I snag the dress and head back home. The worst thing happened. I checked my camera and I recorded this 30-minute me answering questions in slow motion. So we are doing this again. I am actually in the clubhouse right now of my apartment because Tyler's over and he was getting some work done. So I wanted some quiet to chit chat with you guys. But you guys asked some really good questions on my Instagram and I wanted to go through as much as I can and just answer honestly. I really enjoyed answering these and I wish it saved, but we'll just do it again because I like chit-chatting. So I'm just gonna run through these and see what happens. So the first question was, how do you get comfortable posting content online? I really like this question because if you're like trying to get into social media, I don't think anybody starts social media and feels automatically comfortable. I mean, I guess everyone should speak for themselves, but in my experience, it didn't come naturally at first. I think talking to the camera and putting yourself out there and doing things on Instagram and TikTok takes practice like anything else. Any other type of job that you do is going to feel unnatural at first, but the more you do it, the better you become at it. For me, when I first started, I definitely was not comfortable. I was a little bit insecure because I would just overthink myself and I would constantly talk to friends about, oh, does this post look good or should I change this? And I would always want to get validation from other people on what I was doing because I didn't want to feel embarrassed. And ultimately, I think once you do it more, you just start to care less. And that's kind of what I did. I just kind of pushed through the discomfort of like talking to the camera and everything. And it just became more natural as I found my niche and found my voice on what I was passionate about. Because when I first started posting on social media, was actually like working 3 other jobs on top of that. So it was definitely like not my main thing, and I would just do it on the side. So once it became my full-time job, at that point in time, I was like, I'm so comfortable putting myself out there now. I know exactly like what my path and what my road is when it comes to social media, because I feel like a lot of times people don't really know what they're doing. They just kind of throw things like spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. But at that point in time, I kind of knew, okay, this is like what my lane is and this is what my expertise is in, and I'm just sticking to this. So I think like it definitely comes with trial and error. And if you're trying to post on socials as well, just like be yourself. I think that's like the biggest piece of advice, because anytime you're trying to be someone you're not, it's going to feel uncomfortable. And the more you can be yourself, the more relaxed you're going to feel, and people can pick up on that on the camera. If you're talking about something that isn't aligned with who you are, or you're promoting something that you don't really like, people will be able to pick up on that. So just making sure that you just stay in alignment with just who you are and your mission, and that is what's going to shine through. What are you doing for your hormonal acne? Some of you have been asking about that since I recently posted about kind of like the unaesthetic reality of what goes into posting on Instagram, which, by the way, I really like showing that type of stuff, because I'm like, who I am to my core is so chill, and sometimes Instagram can be like way too self-centered sometimes for me, and I wanted to be like, listen, I just want you guys to know that 100% of the time, if I'm having a bad day, I'm not picking up the camera. I decide to just be silent on socials when like I don't want to be on socials, and I feel like I almost owe people an explanation, like when I don't go a few days without saying anything, or it's just like we're all just going through things. And when you do social media full time, it's like it's just so important to have that perspective that everybody has boundaries and has limits that are different depending on person to person. And like I have a lot of my own things and insecurities, of course, because we're all human. So like the more that we can show that, the better. And I want to get better at that too. And so with the hormonal acne, I definitely just like have pimples that pop up on my face during my period. I'm lucky that I don't have like chronic cystic acne. Overall, my skin does really well. I have found a skincare routine that has worked for me. I use the Zoe Health, I believe Zoe Health Skin, Zoe Skin line. It's very expensive, but I've learned to invest in it because it actually works. And like with my skin, just finding like a good skincare that works for you. And really for me, like the way I look at hormonal acne is like there's nothing I can do that could really prevent it from happening, because it happens no matter what I do. They just always pop up like during my period, or if I'm like traveling and I'm around different environments, pillowcases and things, like my skin will flare up. But like other than that, my skin's pretty steady, luckily. But like right now, you can't really see it. Well, you kind of can, but I got like this situation going on. I just ended my period, and I don't really honestly know what that's from. It could be from anything, but I've kind of learned to like let the stress off with that, because sometimes like acne will pop up and I don't really know why. But luckily it's only like a few, so I'll just like cover it up with a pimple patch and move on with my day. It can be kind of frustrating, especially when you feel like you need to put makeup on and it just makes it worse. But I think it's just part of like life and part of being a girl, unfortunately. So what am I doing about it? Really nothing. I just kind of put a pimple patch on and slay the day away. Someone asked how to have patience and trust the process of becoming. That is like a very deep question. And I remember answering this the first time I recorded it. Wow. I mean, it's just such a beautiful question, because it really all comes down to faith for me. Because what I've learned is that over the years, I'm 28 years old now, and I've learned that I can be very hard on myself and I hold myself to a very high standard. And a lot of times I will try to always arrive, like whether that be with my career or in a relationship or in my like I'm always trying to arrive. Like I just want to get there and just be safe. Like I'm there, but what I've learned is that life doesn't work that way. It's always a process of like pruning and growing, and it's never linear. All growth that happens, even you can make this analogy with working out too, like in every single aspect of life, it's never going to just go up. It's always going to be up and down, swags. Like you might go here and you might go back, but you're always going up in some way because there's always lessons to be learned along the way. So like sometimes I think my biggest lesson I've learned over the years is to enjoy the setbacks and the things that hold you back, because it truly, like life and just becoming and trusting and like all of those words all tie back to the journey of life to me. And the journey of life always points back to having faith in God and having faith that He is showing you and leading you to the next thing. So like instead of just rushing to get there or get to your destination, whether that be with your career or with your significant other or with your finances or moving or whatever it is, I don't know. I think it's easier said than done, but it's always just about acceptance to me and being present and being like, okay, no matter what happens, like I know that even if it doesn't work out, I've learned a lesson, or even if it doesn't work out, I understand where God is pointing me now. And to me, like it's better to fail at something than just not try at all. So that's kind of how I view this question, is like it always points back to my faith in just my faith in God and my relationship with Jesus, because that's truly where I find a lot of like the purpose in things and like the meaning of things that don't go my way, and just always reminding yourself that God is painting something behind the scenes that you can't see yet, and just trusting in that, because almost every time I go through like a season of like pruning or becoming, or maybe I'm not quite where I want to be yet, just I always look back after that season and I'll journal about it. Like this is what happened after this happened, and I understand now why that happened, because God taught me this lesson. And even if it isn't like exactly what you hoped it would be, it's always a valuable thing that you can use down the road. Just understand that you're never going to arrive, and you're always going to be learning things along the way. That picture of never, or like releasing the pressure off yourself that you have to arrive every single time you go through something, or this idea that we have to like figure it all out. I guess it's like it's okay if you don't have it figured out, or like you don't quite understand why you're in a certain season, or you don't quite understand what's coming on the other side of something. That's kind of like the whole point of trusting God, is like being okay with the fact that you don't know and you don't understand. So that's what I would say to that. I want to talk about my current training split really quick, because a lot of you have been asking that question in different ways. I used to train 5 days a week. And when I say train, I mean lift heavy. I would lift. And that served me for a period of time. I freaking could not be where I am today in my physique if I hadn't done that. However, I do not do that anymore. I only lift 3 days a week now. And that to me is so much more doable, and it's doable for you too, because that's the time I spend in my lifts they're 60 minutes, but they're more intentional. Like I'm actually pushing weight and I'm pushing my movements and I'm moving slower within my movements. Like I don't feel super inflamed, because it's like every other day I'm lifting weights. So like the days in between that, I'm either running or I'm walking or I'm doing like incline walks or something like that. And I think that has been way more sustainable for my body and my schedule and everything in between. And I think that's more relatable to just every other girl listening to this. If you have at least just 3 days of your time where you are dedicating intentional lifting, it's going to be so much more effective. So I want to paint a picture for you, because I used to do all these long workouts where I would scrunch in like 12 movements. Maybe I was doing like 3 sets of 10, but I was doing like all these different movements, like a leg workout. I was doing squats and lunges, walking lunges, Bulgarian split squats, cable kickbacks, hamstring curl. Like I was doing all of the things, but now I've shortened my workouts to be maybe even only 4 movements. Like maybe I only do Bulgarian split squats and RDL, cable kickbacks, and hamstring curls. Like that's it. But I'm doing 4 sets of 8, or even like 5 sets of 5 for other things. Or if it's an accessory movement, I'll do 4 sets of 25 on each side. You know, I'm doing more volume of the movements, but less movements within the workout. And that has definitely changed the game for me. I don't think that it's for everybody when you first start out, but for me and like where I was at in my training level, that worked a lot better for me. So just keep in mind that my training has definitely evolved over the years. And this is all reflected within my app too. So like all of my workout programs that I do, or like specifically the January workouts that I have within my subscription, like all of my current workouts are in there, so you can always follow along with that. But then, you know, also I have all these different programs where you can kind of pick and choose depending on your, like where you're at experience wise with training. Like you can pick based on where you're at. In terms of running, I run about 2 to 3 times a week. I'd say I only really hit like 10 to 15 miles a week. Like I'll do 2 5-mile runs and maybe another small run. So my mileage is nowhere near some of these marathon runner girlies out there. But I do think running has definitely shaped just my ability to train harder and just be a better athlete overall. So, and I also love running just because it helps me like hit my steps really quickly. Like if I do like a 5-mile run, I'm at pretty much 10K steps already. It just helps with making sure I'm hitting my step count. And then also walking and step routine, I want to break that down. I'm actually going to do a video about this week, but for those of you that work a 9 to 5, I'm literally going to make a video this week that says, this is how I would hit 10K steps if I had a 9 to 5, because back when I had a 9 to 5, I was still doing this. I think it would be interesting to kind of show all the girls that follow me that have a 9 to 5, like this is how you can actually hit your goal. You guys, it's really not my day because my vlog camera just died. So I'm going to finish on my phone. And I can't remember what I was saying. We'll just move on to the next question. So the next question was basically, how much cardio do you do to stay lean? And I was going to talk about this because I definitely do more cardio now than I used to. I always walk after I lift. Like I used to do like a 45-minute upper body workout and I wouldn't walk after. Every single time I lift weights, I will do like a 20 to 30 minute long treadmill walk. That has definitely made a difference in just being lean. And as we know, like walking is one of the best things that you can do for your physique. On top of any workout that you do, just having that mindset of I need to walk today at least once, like I need to walk at least 20 to 30 minutes a day. I think that's a really great goal to start out with. Of course, like walking more than that is even better, but if you are someone that is sedentary and you have a sedentary job, just making that goal, like always walk on top of your lifts if you can. And that's gonna make a huge difference in your physique. Okay, someone asked about emotional eating and someone else asked about like a similar question. So I'm gonna talk about like anxiety and emotional eating. And the biggest piece of advice that I could give for this is portion control. Also like drinking water and slowing down the amount of chews that you take to chew something. I kind of dealt with this a little bit where it was a couple years ago where basically I would just eat when I was still stuffed. Like, I don't know. Looking back, it was definitely because of anxiety and just, I had a lot of just tummy issues and I was going through a lot of different life changes. And I think looking back on it, I was definitely just like stress eating for no reason. And I didn't really understand what was going on in my body. I didn't understand why I was having tummy issues. I think the biggest thing that kind of helped me get out of that was portion control, putting something on your plate. Like instead of just snacking, you actually build a plate intentionally and you sit down and you don't take your phone out. You don't watch a television show. You literally just eat. And maybe you're sitting with a friend or someone else and you just enjoy the food. You enjoy the conversation. So instead of scarfing it down, you take a bite, you chew it, you swallow, you take a sip of water, you talk for a sec, and then you keep going. So just like being intentional and taking deep breaths when you eat is going to be a big help in it of itself. Once you can do that, you probably won't have a problem anymore. And I think it definitely takes practice. but just learning to like put all your electronics away and building a plate, sitting down, enjoying your food, chewing more slowly, drinking water even before you eat because it makes you feel a little bit more full. A lot of times your mind can associate things that are not correct, so just making sure that your body knows like, hey, I'm eating right now, like I'm enjoying this, I'm slowing down. We're not in fight or flight, we're not doing this out of boredom, like I'm actually am hungry. Sometimes it can be hard for me to understand like when I'm hungry, like because like I drink a lot of water and I'm like, I don't know if I'm full because of water or I'm actually hungry. So it's just kind of learning to hear your body's hunger cues. It's like takes practice, I think, because over the years I've gotten better at it. Okay, a few of you asked about wedding planning, so I'm going to talk about that and then we'll probably wrap this up. But wedding planning has been going well. So basically, we'll get married on March 28th. It's almost the end of January, which is crazy, but I have another shower in Georgia. My mom and her friends are gonna take all of that on. So this is gonna be more like my mom's friends and a few of my high school friends. So like all of my hometown people are gonna be there. A lot of my family from Michigan is traveling in. Fun fact, all of my extended family lives in Michigan, is from Michigan. So we're like the only ones that live in the South. So they're all coming down, but it's gonna be really fun. That's this weekend. And then we're going to Miami in February for my bachelorette. And then it's my wedding month, which is actually crazy. I feel like it's all going by so fast. But overall, I feel like things are going well. We're sending out the invitations now. All of the details are pretty much done. It's just little things and it's a matter of doing them. I literally have this big checklist on my fridge of all the little things that we need to do, because it's things that you can like put off, but you like need to do them. And I definitely procrastinate those types of things. So I have a checklist and it's just like ordering little outfits for like getting ready, or bachelorette outfits, or marriage license, wedding ring, or wedding bands, all that sort of stuff. Figuring out the alcohol for the day. All of that is it's just a matter of doing it. I feel really good. I really do feel good about where we're at with everything. I'm really trying to enjoy this process. Like I find myself getting a little bit annoyed at things, but I know that it's just gonna go by so fast. I mean, it's already like here basically. I feel like March is just right around the corner. So like just really wanting to soak this time in. And Tyler and I are doing premarital counseling, and I don't know, we're just both like really excited for this next chapter of our lives. And there's so much that I haven't shared yet, and I will soon, but like so many things are going on behind the scenes that no one knows about. And we will definitely just announce and share everything once it comes closer. But I just feel like we're really preparing our hearts and preparing our minds for just joining lives together. Like it's such a big commitment, and I couldn't feel more ready and more peaceful about everything, because Tyler is just the best and he is the love of my life. And like, I don't know, I feel like this is just such an exciting time, and I'm lucky that the venue does a lot of the work for us. It's like an all-inclusive, so I just feel like a lot of it is taken care of. Shower, bachelorette, wedding month. It's crazy. Just picked up my wedding dress, as you guys know. And one of you asked about my hair. I'm actually doing like a half up, half down look, and I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be perfect. And I have bridesmaids. Someone asked about that. I have 5 bridesmaids. It's gonna be 3 of my friends and my 2 sisters. And then Tyler's also having 5 groomsmen, so it's gonna be perfect. We invited about 125 people, so we're hoping for about 100 people to come, and I think it's gonna be really intimate, which is what we wanted. I didn't want like a huge wedding. I wanted it to be smaller, but yeah, I'm really excited.